Hello everyone, welcome back to Bonsai Expression. I'm Christoph, and today, well, I don't want to say it exactly, but I think spring might be here because, well, we're going to get into one of the first repots of the season. A Pyracantha has officially, check out, you can see it just here. No, not here, I'm being simple, come on, just here. And just here, we've started, and you can see, I've just knocked my camera, and just here, and further back, if you look over in that direction, we've got some fresh growth, first growth of 2025. So it means we need to start doing some repots. First one of the season. So yay! Spring is well and truly on its way. So let's get this one into some fresh bonsai soil because it's in nasty, well, it's in nasty nursery soil. And I've been working on this one for a while, and now it is time to actually get it into some of my bonsai soil. And I'm also going to get it into one of these nice pots, one of these nice aeration pond pots. Now this one size wise is, it's not actually got it written on it, but I'm pretty sure this is a 23 centimeters wide, which as you can see is a nice big growth on this one. So this is a 3-litre tub. So we're going bigger, and I think this is probably about a 4, maybe a 5-litre in total tub. So we're going to go bigger, which means more growth for the roots, more growth for the top of the tree. So it should put a little bit more growth on quicker, fattening it up quicker, which means more development, quicker, faster, which only means the tree's going to get healthier quicker. So yes. Anyway, let's get into it. We've got some stones on the top as well. I think I'll keep hold of them. Not necessarily they're not that heavy. They're only little ones, but I'll keep them for some decorative purposes. So let's get into this one. Right, spring being here, so let's get into this. Again, I'm gonna keep hold of them. They will make use for some decorative purpose, as I say. And as always, I'm not going to take too long on this. We're just going to start off raking all this moss off the top. It is quite nice moss as well. It would be a shame to lose it and remove it, but I have no use for it as of right now. So I'm going to start raking this out as we usually do, radially from the top near the base of the trunk, radially in a ring fashion, making sure that we get any of the roots that are crossing to come out this way from the base of the trunk. If we snag any of the roots, again, they're just the crossing ones, we're not too concerned about that. Nice and gentle, like just like this. This mud is quite compact as well. I can't remember how long I've had this tree, quite a couple of years now. I mean, I should have done a repot on this a long time ago, but it's not been no disaffect to the tree. Is that a real word, disaffect? Anyway, it's not had no adverse effect to the tree. It's been growing quite happily in this soil, and as I see, I've got a couple of crossing roots here. I will try, if I can, well, I'll try my best anyway to try and keep all the roots without damaging them, or they need to be taken out. So these bits here, I've got weeds that need coming out. The soil itself isn't quite bad. It's compacted, but not to the degree where it's really bad soil where it's compacted and horrible. It is still malleable. I'm getting in there quite nicely. It's coming away relatively nicely. Just moving around the tree. Now I'm going to continue doing this. I'm not going to let you watch all the way because these sort of videos do get quite boring and tedious if I continue just the way they are. So just feeling here, actually I can feel I've got a knotted part. This could either be a root. Luckily for myself, it's not a root, it is just a big chunk of bark there. So again, as I was just saying, I'm not going to continue doing this and letting you watch it on video. These sort of videos get tedious, so I'm going to do this off camera. As we get in, as we clear up, I will come back to you and we'll see where the roots are up to, see what sort of mess they're in, hopefully they're not in too much of a mess, and we'll come back when we're in a better situation. So 1, 2, 3, here we go. Look at that. And in fact, I've had a wash on the roots. They're not really that bad. I mean, we've got plenty of them and they're quite nicely tangled at the bottom. I mean, some of them grow back on themselves. Oh, that one's a bit dead. Some of them grow back on themselves, but they are all around at the bottom. Got quite a nice root plane, and we've got quite a bit further down than the soil line suggested. The soil line was buried up to here. Root plane is down here, so we've just got to do a little bit of surgery. I mean, it's quite congested down here. We've probably got a bit of taproot down here. We're going to lob down here, I think, and we've got some growing upwards we just need to take care of. But the root plane looks like it's somewhere around here, so take some of this off, see what we're working with. Overall, pretty impressed with the roots themselves. We might be able to get away with a decent root prune, so I'm just going to lie it down gently here. And first of all, I'm going to do is anything growing upwards, I'm just going to start taking off. In fact, no, first what I'll do is I'll take this one out that looks to be dead. Just going to come in, take that off, move that up there. In fact, I'm going to take it off as far back as I can go with it, which is there. Can't really get into it to see any further. Just that'll do there. And then these ones that here are all tangled. They're growing upwards. If I move it up a little bit so you can see, anything that just grows in the upward directions, I'm just going to come in, try and take out neatly. And now, yes, they are a bit tangled up, but I've got one there as well. I'll just take that, just snip it for there. For the time being, just move those out the way. So you can see I've got this one as well that grows up and it goes round, but it comes out here, then grows down. It did grow around that one and then grows under. So what I will do is I think I'll just come in, try and snip it here, so you can see, and then hopefully something will grow from there, but it grows under. So I'm just going to try and snip. It looks like it grows all the way around this bit here. So if I try and snip it, goes there, I'll try and snip it, see if I can force it out. So let's try and snip it there. It's not dead, it's continually living. Can we snip out bits of it? There we go, it's got rid of that bit. Looks a little brutal, but it's cleaned it out. And then to clean this bit up that was growing upwards, I didn't get out properly. So even though we got it there, it still comes down and then curls across. Let's see if we can. So for me, I've got to tilt it. I know it's sort of not in the camera view properly for you. I'm just gonna move it there a little bit, and that's roughly where I want to cut it, so it's even. And if it grows again, it can grow straight out. There we go. And if anything grows from it now, it'll grow straight outwards. And then where I've cut from it, I'm going to follow the path, and it was here. There we go, that's the rest of it, just taken out. These roots that we snipped, I need to clean a little bit more off. I've got some mud on the top of it, but if I follow that path, that sort of curls round as well. And I think by the looks of it, I'm not sure, but I think that grows under as well. I'm just going to come in and try and take a big snip out of it. Just there. That one sort of comes round as well. It goes around the tree again. If we let that, if we don't get this out, this will eventually restrict the tree's growth. It'll strangle it. So trying to get this out now is a good thing. It's just trying to find out where it grows to. I'll continue with that again shortly, but I do need to see. I've got one here as well. You can see if I move that just here, I just need to snip that. That's growing backwards. That one's growing upwards. So far all I've done is just take out those ones that were growing upwards and girdling the tree. This one here is just growing out and then round under the tree. So we're just going to take that one out as well. Bit of a struggle to get this out. Let's pull. And then I can see this one's growing from right underneath the tree. You can see this big load of roots right from the bottom. I do need to trace that back, but first of all, before I do get that, just here I can see I've got one that comes out and grows down. I'm just going to take the easy route and get that one. Just making the easy cuts first. Anything growing up, we're just getting these easy ones first of all. Working my way down. So if I just put that down, that one's too long. Just going to come in and snip that. And here. So they might be too high, but for the time being, just going to leave them where they are. Just going to come in, snip that back, and that. Right, so we've took that off. So you can see how much I've took off so far, but they're just the growing roots that were just in the way. And so far, so good. This one growing down, I do need to come in and take that out. So I'm just going to turn the tree upside down so you can see. And then I need to come in, make that cut. Clear that up a little bit. These ones are coming from underneath. Let me try and change this angle of the camera just so you can get a better view. These ones growing down, just going to come in and take these out. These are right at the bottom of the tree, so I'm just going to come in, snip these off. So the bottom's now flat and flush. I'm just going to give it one more quick wash just so I can see the rest of the bottom of that tree. Make sure there's nothing else that needs cutting off. Just wash that out. The bottom part is not too bad. Just need to trim it a little bit more. But if you see here, this curls up. Let me bring you in. This curls up here, so I'd like to take and remove this section out. It comes down. I've got this section, but then it goes up here into here. Not really doing a very good job of showing you. The tree here comes down, goes up. So this section here all curls up. So the thing I need to do is come in, hope you can see. I need to take this section off here. But then I also need to remove this whole bottom section as well. So this might be a little bit difficult to show you on camera. So I'm going to try and position you in the correct place. I need to come in and take that off there, which will remove quite a bit of root, which is this section here. And then it also takes out that bit, and there we go. I think if I can see it flush there, that bit as well needs to be bottom flush, and then I need to try and get in, remove this part of the root. Reduce the length of that and that. Well, I've taken a lot of root off, to be fair, and I've left it with this much on the side. So I've got quite a bit over here, but not an awful lot on this side because of all this big root that was wrapping around here. So I've had to take off, and I've got just straggly bits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my trusty rooting hormone. It's just from a local shopping centre, and I'm going to douse this thing in rooting hormone. So what I usually do is I usually just go for ham on it. And I'm going to just do that and plant it up. Use the same, use a lot. Wow, just made a mess there. Just use a lot. Just go for it. Now I'm going to plant that up. Let's prepare the pot. And to plant it up, all I've done, throw some of my soil in. Just going to pick a spot because it's a circular pot. It doesn't really matter what angle you put it in. So I'm just going to hold the tree in place, fill up my soil, just like so. Pat it down. Now it doesn't have an awful lot of roots, so it doesn't matter about getting it in between the roots because it's not loads of roots in there. So we're just going to pat it down nicely, make sure it's in nicely there. Little pots, little gently taps around the pot, make sure everything's settled nicely. There we go. Now we've potted it up a little bit deeper than it was, well, than we need it to be, because we want to make it secure. We want to repot, and we want to make sure more roots are going to develop later on. And then just to double secure it, once we've watered it in, I've got this wire attached on one side. I'm just going to wrap it around the tree and then re-secure it on the next side as well. So again, wrap it around the tree like so, and then I'm just going to pop it through the gap in the pot that's already there, pull it through, and I'm going to wrap it around just to secure it, make sure that tree doesn't go anywhere. And then all I'm going to do is just give the wire a little twist on both sides, taking up the slack, and that secures the tree in place as well. So let's give that a water and I'll give you a nice spin of it. Now that was a very heavy root prune, and I didn't really want to go that heavy on it, but you know, it still was a nursery tree. It's the first root pruning I've done since I've had it, although I have had it for a few years and I've been developing the top. The root system hasn't been developed at all, so it had to go hard on it. It's the first one, and again, because it's another one that's a nursery stock, you know, the roots were strangling the tree again. You know, it's not the first one I've had that's been doing that, and I had to take it all off. Now again, yes, I am a bit concerned at the amount of roots I've left on it. I've put rooting hormone to try and help develop more roots again. Am I a bit concerned about it? Yes, because again, it's a lovely tree, and you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, if I lose the tree, I will be disappointed, but I can't by all means justify not going heavy on something with such terrible roots. Could I have gone lighter on it? Yes, I could have, but you know, the roots are in such bad way like that, strangling the tree, you know, it's got to be done. Now with the amount of roots I've just taken off, it's about giving it the aftercare it deserves. So if any temperatures dip again, at least around 0, 1, 2 degrees, definitely freezing, I've got to go and put it over into the plant room, make sure we give it the aftercare it deserves. I am worried, as I say, about the amount of roots I've taken off. I didn't want to take that much roots. At least at first sight, it didn't look like it needed it, but with the girdling and it's going to strangle it, it was definitely going to strangle it. It had to come off. That's why I've just put an absolute crap load of the root hormone, give it the best chance it's going to get to at least recover. And as I say, it's about aftercare now. So when I watered it with some feed in the way of seaweed, so diluted seaweed, so at least it can get some feed into the roots that are remaining and get it pushing some more growth as well. Yeah, so hopefully the tree will survive, because as I say, I've been working on it for a while now and it's healthy enough. I've just slowed that with the root prune and I've took an awful lot of roots off it. So fingers crossed I've not damaged it and it's going to live. I'd like to see it live. It's a really nice tree. Anyway, if you like this one, please do give me a like and subscribe, and again I'll follow up with this as soon as as soon as I can really, and as the weather turns, and over the next few weeks we'll revisit it. And we'll revisit the rest of the trees as they start to bloom, because just looking at them, some of the buds, especially my larch buds, they are looking green, especially the forest. So I don't need to repot that one, but repots are on the way. Spring is hitting definitely now, but I say if there is any I can't get my words out, any terrible weather coming, you know, we need to protect them, especially with the repots. Oh, and one more thing, March 23rd, Bonsai boot sale. Yeah, got it right. Bonsai boot sale is coming up, and I'll be down there. So if anyone's down there, please say hello. I'll be wandering around, even if I'm filming. Just let me finish my filming, but then grab me, say hello. I'll be getting some bargains down there, hopefully, and I'll be, you know, be nice to see you guys. Anyway, that's for me. I'll be done. I'm gonna go grab some tea because it's tea time and it's starting to get dark. It looks like it might rain as well. Anyway, I'm waffling now at this point, so I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and have a good day, everyone. Bye bye.